So original.
Terrifying.
Visceral.
Insane, fucked up horror shit.
I mean, I just loved it.
Instant cult classic. I have had nightmares almost every night shooting this film.
You hold the hand. I'm just gonna hold it. I'm just gonna like act out a possession.
You sit down and you get strapped up in a belt.
Light the candle to open the door.
And once the candle's lit, that opens the door to the spirit world.
The person will shake the hand.
And you say, talk to me.
Someone appears and
You're holding hands with a dead spirit.
and then you say,
I let you in.
That's when the spirit like enters your body and takes control of you. Your mind and all your memories and all your faculties.
It's like a drug. Don't do too much of it. You gotta know when to stop.
After 90 seconds, you have to rip it off them, otherwise the spirit wants to stay.
Hey, I'm Danny Filippo, this is my clone Michael Filippo, and we directed the film Talk to Me.
Danny and Michael are really like such incredible directors.
I thought they'd be really fun to work with. I had no idea what they'd done before, except that I was told that they had a YouTube channel.
Obviously, like, they've got a unique background with YouTube and everything.
Growing up in Adelaide, they're like huge here.
We were like shooting at a school and these kids were like losing their minds over them.
Me and my brothers were super into their videos. A lot of them became like sensations in our household. And then when I got the script and everything and I saw it was Raka Raka, I was like, wow, no way.
YouTube stuff was always very run and gun and nothing was really thought through very much. It was all just sort of made up on the spot. The difference is time. It's a lot slower on a film. And even like getting permissions and stuff. Like if we wanted to film on a train track, Raka Raka, we just trespass and film on the train track. But with the film, there was more of a plan. There was a team. Everything was thought out. Every single shot, every single line, like everything was like analysed properly. But we still adopted the same energy that we have on our Raka Raka videos.
We're gonna pick a number between 1 and 10. 1, 2, 3,
10.
6. Okay, fuck it.
One of the most important things as a director is your energy, because you're really driving the whole thing.
And they create such an incredible environment on set for creativity to flourish. At times they like come up with ideas in the moment and like feel inspired in the moment and are so willing to just try things out.
I find it fascinating how they work. They're kind of their focus is so razor sharp.
Their energy is insane.
Exploring stuff and throwing curveballs at you. At first, I was like, this is different, man. Like I just hadn't kind of experienced anything like it.
It's contagious.
I called one of my boys up and he was like, bro, what are the Raka Raka boys like? And then I was just like, fuck, bro. The one thing I gathered from these guys is they're not afraid of death. They're not afraid of death, man. And he was like, yeah, well, fuck. That's exactly the kind of guys you want to be making movies with for us. Underneath all the crazy shit and, all the jokes and stuff, these guys are artists.
We learned that things take time, lots of time. And time is something we don't have. And we learned that, whoa, time goes real quick. And we learned that next film, we want more time. We need double, we need 10. We need 12 weeks. 12 would be good. We learned we want 12 weeks.
That's Danny and Michael in their filmmaking.
These neighbour kids that we watched grow up, one of them was experimenting with drugs. And they were having a really negative reaction to the drug. And they were on the floor convulsing. And everyone was filming him on the floor and laughing at him. And I found the footage quite striking and horrifying at the same time, and that was the first nugget of inspiration for what became Talk to Me.
This idea of teenagers using possession to get high, and that actually becoming like a trick, a party game and a thrill and an outlet that actually then can unravel into a psychological descent.
I wrote the initial 80 pages, which was just like scenes and ideas and characters and all that sort of thing. And then from there, my co-writer Bill Hinsman started throwing in his ideas to find the theme and find the structure. And then we worked together to mold it and make it into like a coherent film. It took 2 years to cast the film, and it took 2 years to find Sophie.
I knew it was going to be challenging.
She brought so much to the table. She was such a powerful performer, and she's so like able to switch directions quickly. Even like the most subtle small note like changed her whole performance.
Mia is the protagonist, the start of the story. Like, you know, she's grieving and she has a complicated home life.
Mia, who's lost her mother some years before.
The absence of her is kind of the crux of Mia's character arc, and this kind of longing for connection, and so I think that kind of manifests itself.
Sue has no idea the depth of what is actually going. Like, you know, she's more worried about like sex and drugs and rock and roll. She's chasing them down sort of one path of questioning, but having no idea of the scope of what's really going on.
The hand is an escape from reality, and, you know, Mia's obviously dissatisfied with the way that her life is at the moment. The hand is a way to release all of that.
I'll let you in. What attracted me to this role? Well, I get to kiss a dog, so that's pretty cool. I want you all to know I didn't actually have to kiss the dog. They had this prosthetic dog head, and one of the guys from prosthetics was like puppeteering it, and my head was there, and we just going at it.
The makeup and prosthetics team are just so insanely talented.
Our prosthetic department, Nick and Paul, were godsends. That like the makeup was so incredible that we could put the camera like ultra close up and every single pore like sold. You didn't have to hide anything with camera work and lighting and things like that. It just looked amazing.
I think it just makes it more exciting, seeing the practicalities of it.
Every big scene requires some sort of prosthetic. It kind of makes it a slower process in terms of like when you're going to be in front of camera. What's cool is that like every time one of the spirits would come in or something and they're putting all the prosthetics on and everything, there's just like 10 people huddled around this like one person. Seeing like all the different departments like united to get this like job done was pretty cool.
What like struck me when I first read it was how like relevant it felt.
It just felt very real, and I could really see that here in Australia.
Even like the way Danny kind of writes the vernacular and slang of like Australian teenagers.
It was really important to Danny and Michael that the cast did feel very real.
It's just accurate. Like, this is what Australia looks like.
I think it's great that Australia has ventured more into these genre movies. It's great for Australian audiences to see characters that they recognise and places that they know.
Everything that we've ever done, everything we've ever made was in pursuit of this, of making our first feature film. It was just the best experience ever. I loved every second of it. I felt like I was dreaming, and I cannot wait to another movie.
And cut, we got it!